Hello everyone, and welcome to this video of how to make a pulley panel rig. I'll try and keep this as simple as I can, so not to confuse anyone, especially beginners looking to come into the sport tying their own rigs and they want to learn how to make these rigs. The pulley panel rig is one of the most versatile rigs that you can really use to catch a whole array of species. Obviously you can scale it down from 60-pound line. You can also use 30 for slightly smaller species and still cast the distance for place and stuff like that. But this is just going to be a quick rundown of the components that I use to make the pulley panel rigs that I use. So to start off with, I've got a bag of leg clips with a little hook clip on the side that the hook will be clipped onto when you finish the rig. So for my swivels, I'll be using 100-pound Gemini power swivels, and for my pulley swivels I got the Gemini premium pulley swivels. For the hooks I'm going to be using are going to be Cox & Roll Specimen X 4.0, and for the slightly smaller hooks at the top I'm going to be using the Kamasan 3.0s short shank. Pack of generic 8mm beads, and just some tools that I'm going to be using throughout the video just to help me really. Like I say, the main rig body for this one will be the C-Tech 60-pound shock leader. Alright, let's get into it. I'll start by getting, what would I say, probably 2 foot. So unroll 2 foot. And then what I'll do, first step of the process is to tie on my leg clip. Now to tie this, what I'll do is double it over, go once, 1 full turn, 2, 3, 4. You don't need to do too many because this is 60-pound. And then what I'll do is I will put that through the loop I've made at the bottom, give it a little lick just to help it pull down a little bit. And then what I'll do is, with the tag end, I will put that back through that little top loop at the top that I've made, just like that. And then what I'll do is just cinch that down just a little bit, give it another lick. What I like to do, saves ripping the line through your fingers, is I will just bite that on there, give that another bit of moistening, and just pull it tight. So there's that tied off. And then I'll just trim the tag end. So that's step 1 complete. So we've got our 2 foot. So the next process is putting the pulley swivel and beads on. Doesn't matter whatever colour you want. Just, do you know what, actually for this one I'm going to use pink. Why not? I've never used them, so. And these are pretty good swivels, pulley swivels to be fair. You can find with the other styles that, like the black ones, after a while they'll wear each side, as obviously the action of the line going through, keep pulling it over after time, can wear the swivel. the plastic bit on the swivel, but these are pretty good, to be fair. These are more rounded, so to speak, so they tend to wear less, and they also, the line slides a lot easier through it. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is go bead, pulley swivel, bead, normal swivel. And I'm going to be using the same knot as I'd done just a minute ago, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that through the loop, just like that. And then what I'll do, double that back over, so I've looped it back through the top loop. Give it a little lick and start cinching it down a little bit. And what I'll do is put that in there. What I tend to do, so I try not to pull my teeth out while I'm doing it, what I tend to do is put that tag end into my teeth and just gently, not even pull it. I don't pull it with my teeth, but I just kind of, just a little tiny tug, just enough. And then once I've cinched that down all the way, then I'll give it my big tug to get that really tight, because you want that solid. And then cut the tag end off. So there's my swivel. So I've gone lead clip, bead, pulley swivel, bead, and then on the end of that line I've tied a swivel. So if you want, just to show you, this is obviously the end the lead clip, the lead would clip onto. So there you've got the bottom section. Now all you need to do now is get another section of line. This can be any length of line, it doesn't particularly matter. I tend to make sure my bait's generally always on the bottom of the seabed. So once I've tied my line onto the end of this swivel, I will then pull it up so that I can see it's probably going to be about, it's probably going to drop down to about here. So then I only have to pull it down, not too much. So then obviously when it's laid out, it's always going to be on the bottom then. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off a bit. What you can do is just, you know, you would probably have a little bit where you tie, so just hold that like that, and then pull it down all the way with the other line so you get nearly to the bottom, and that's where you know to cut. So I'll get this out the way. And I use the same knots all the way through. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Double that in. Put that back over into the other loop. Give it a lick. Just like that. Just start cinching it down. And once it's all the way down, give it another lick and a good pull. The camera ever focus. And then I'm going to cut the tag end off. So there's that. I'm holding that swivel. I'm going to pull that line down with it. See, it's a little bit long. So what I'm going to do is, where my hand is, I'm going to trim that about here, where my hand is. Just because it's a little bit too long. I don't want it too near the lead. Right, so I start off with the 3/0 and just thread that on. And just thread that on. Thread it up the line. And then get your slightly bigger 4/0. And we'll tie this one on. Same knot again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Through the loop. Give it a lick. Back through the loop at the top. Now I advise getting your scissors, putting the loop through the loop, your thumb holding the scissors, just give that a bit of a cincher. And again, just gently, you know, if you're a beginner, generally I will tend to have my hook away from my face and keep it taut, but if that snaps for any reason, you probably will end up with a hook in your lip. And that's tight. Chop the tag end off, so you've got your little hook and your big hook. So then once you've put your bait onto your main big hook, you then bring down the smaller hook, give that a couple of turns round the line, hook it in the bait, and that's going nowhere. And that is your pulley rig setup. Then you tie your main line to that pulley bead, and then when that comes down, to your lead there, once you've made your bait, you clip your hook into there, that just rests in there, just like that. So then when your bait hits the bottom, the hook comes off and it just floats around. Just like that. Another quick tip while I remember: foam pipe lagging, or you could use a pool noodle. Cheap and cheerful. Wrap some tape around it, and then I'll just put my hooks in, and then I'll get the lead clip and offer up the lead clip as if it would be ready to fish, and then I'll simply roll the line over and just wrap it up like that. Well, I hope that's been some sort of help to anybody looking to find out how to make a Pulley Pennel Rig. Any questions? Send us a message. Thanks for watching and good luck to all you beginners starting out there. Genuinely wish you the best of luck.